Alright, we're back. It's been like a week since I've recorded. So I'm not gonna remember like any. Actually, no, I remember the male voices. I'm not gonna remember any female voices. So hopefully we get no females. But we'll see how it goes. The next day I awoke with many questions lingering in my head. I considered calling someone from the police department to ask about Reza and Maverick, but in the end, I decided against doing so. As I was sure they would contact me if they had anything to tell me. I knew there was no use worrying about it for now, so I settled for another book. I started another book. Yeah. It didn't take very long, though, before the doorbell rang. He was, like, deep, right? But, like... Did Bryce, the chief of police, take it upon himself to escort me today? I don't know why that's weird. Oh, it's you again. Are you surprised? No, but I guess it means it's bad news. Afraid so. How you holding up? Better than yesterday, that's for sure. Let's go for a walk then, shall we? Sure. This time I was taking along a different route than yesterday, and I was quite sure there was more than... Oh my god. Oh my god. I was quite sure there was more to this than just taking a walk. I'll just go ahead and guess he didn't find Reza. Yeah, we hoped he would have come back on his own by now. Do you have any idea where he might be? Well, maybe he mentioned some sort of place in particular that holds some meaning to him? No, not really. We didn't get a chance to talk much at all yesterday before. There's that too. I have no idea why Reza would have done anything like that. I had the impression that we weren't very... Yeah, wait. Okay, he's referring to them. Okay, I had the impression that they weren't very fond of each other, but... This... How is he, by the way? Oh, Maverick's doing fine. But there is plenty of blame to go around. You're right. They didn't particularly like each other. In his statement, Maverick says he suspected Reza of planning some sort of attack. Do you know anything about that? No, he only told me something was going to happen, not that he was planning anything. At least that's what the impression I got. He's suspecting you too, by the way, that you both planned this all from the beginning. No, that wouldn't make any sense. Actually, none of this is making any sense. Why would I go through all the lengths of our... Words. Why would I go through all of the lengths of our agreement only to jeopardize it by doing something like this? You even already have our PDAs, and we don't have much to show for it yet. If we had any nefarious plans, this wouldn't have been a very good idea. You have a point. I believe you, but from our side, we only have Maverick's word on the whole matter. After all, he was the one who spent the most time with Reza since we arrived here. But even then, he didn't really have any reason to follow you yesterday, and his behavior was completely out of line. I'm just glad he came out fine. If he wasn't on mandatory sick leave, we would be suspended right now. He would, if he wasn't on mandatory sick leave, he would be suspended right now, but we'll have to wait until this whole thing is over before we decide what to do with him. I can assure you this won't be taken lightly. Maybe both acting heat a moment. Where I came from, this sort of attack on a diplomat would be classified as act of war, something like that. Maybe. Should be nice about the whole thing. We still got quite a lot on our hands now, though. We have a wounded dragon and a missing human. This could lead to a diplomatic crisis. Maybe Reza will show up soon, and we can get all of this behind us. I really hope so. I wouldn't want to jeopardize everything over this unfortunate incident. Yeah. How about we go just keep quiet about this whole thing for now. After all, I don't think any of us want our people panicking about this already, right? I'm really not in agreement. My second place. Police station. I never been to a police station, but what I've seen in the movies, there's not even close to enough glass around here. And there's a lot of books. Pretty sure these are archives. Archive. Archive. What is this? Eventually arrived at the police station where the chief took my formal statement in regards to yesterday's events. He asked me about Reza and Maverictude, not that I knew much of anything preceding yesterday's events or the mysterious catastrophe Reza had mentioned. Afterwards, he thanked me and left to file my statement while I sat by his table, waiting for and listening to the going-ons of his small provincial town police department. Why are we in a provincial town? Sorry, never mind. Isn't this the people? Okay, just right. Making contact with humans. You're making contact with humans, right? Wouldn't like more of the big government higher ups be more involved because they have a very human-like society? So I very much doubt this town is like by itself. Whatever. When he returned, he was approached by someone who seemed to have urgent news. A lot of talking between the two ensured that I couldn't make out. A lot of talking between the two ensued that I couldn't make out from my position. This went on for a bit until Bryce returned to me. Afraid I have more bad news for you. Reza has officially become a murder suspect. Murder? We're headed to the crime scene and hope you come with us. Me? A crime scene? I don't know, I really don't know much about forensics. It's just that you're the only link to Reza we have. Consider what he said. Does it mean considering? I think, yeah. Considering what he said would happen to us, it's in all our interest that we find him as soon as possible. And if he has anything to do with it, you might be able to help us find him. Your cooperation would certainly be appreciated, and it would be a nice gesture to show us that you're trustworthy in the eyes of those who think otherwise after what happened yesterday. Will you help us? Well, first, we're going to save, and then we're going to decline him, but in a very helpful way. Oh my, narcissistic laughing at my own jokes. I suppose I don't really have much of a choice here, but you're right. We've got to find Reza, and if that's what it takes, then I'll do it. Very well. Let's go. Let us go then. This is a very lovely background. On our way to the crime scene, he tried to prepare me for what would come. I had studied biology, so I was familiar with the sight of dead animals. Asking myself how similar this would be, I wondered if my reaction would be any different if it wasn't a dragon, but a human corpse I would be seeing. When we arrived, we were met by Sebastian, who gave us an overview of the whole situation. Alright, Australian. This morning the victim, where it is this cold hard man. This morning the victim was found by a delivery flyer for a restaurant. Blood loss from multiple wounds and alcohol to death. Forensics hall is already here, so feel free to poke around. A few paces in front of us, the unfortunate victim lay on the ground, covered by a sheet that concealed the body, but not the large red stain beneath. We approached while Sebastian went off to deter any curious onlookers. I know it won't be pretty. I'm sorry for putting you through this. But you know what's at stake here. Just remember what I told you and you should be fine. Alright. Are you ready? I guess so. Okay, well, we can tell by all of these, it's not human caused. Like, very obvious. Because I don't see a human cutting up something so much. Hold on. What do you think? No, he's definitely dead. Could you just imagine a cop just looking over your body and going, "Rip." Okay. Wish. Wish just say this will be your test, and tell me what you can deduce from what you see. Give it your best shot. Pretty weird introduction to this, but 2 wings, 2 legs, just like the waitress in the cafe. About as big as a human, lengthwise, if not slightly taller. The wingspan would certainly look impressive at that size. What? Oh. The wounds are kind of hard to miss. True, but what are they telling you? Look by a sharp instrument, the perpetrator was an unusually large or small person. He was already dead. Yeah, it was suicide. It was suicide, bro. He cut himself up so well. So, there's an achievement for doing well on the investigations, especially the first one. So, here's what we do called save scumming. And if I don't get this right the first time, I'm gonna save scum because fuck you. That's right, fuck you. I'm pointing at the screen like I'm talking to you. But you can't actually see that. So, they're inflicted by sharp implements. They're clean cuts from like a knife or another sharp instrument. That's true. Why does this matter? It doesn't. Plot twist. It just really was suicide. Dragons don't use knives. Actually, we do. Mostly by those who have proper hands use them, but still. Huh. My hands? Okay. I might say scum, but who knows. That's right. Only those of us who walk on 2 legs would have the proper dexterity to wield a knife effectively. Most of the dragons would probably just bite instead. Of course, this rules out most of the bigger dragons and flyers. But then, Reza still has his... what was it called again? His gun? Yeah, if it was him, he would kill why would he kill someone with a knife rather than just use a gun on him? Makes someone look cooler. He lost his gun. He did not want to make any noise. I'm gonna go back and do this because it's too hilarious not to. He didn't wanna make any noise. He didn't want to make any noise after all. He ran away from Maverick trying to hide from the police. Something as loud as a gunshot would have easily given away his position and alerted others in the area. Right, that could be a good reason. By the way, which wound do you think was the lethal one? Yes, the one on his wings. His neck. I think it was the one on his neck. That's right. On the board, it's... if all the blood wasn't a giveaway, this stab wound... This is a stab wound. That's not a stab wound. This is a stab wound characterized by a rather small footprint. Wait, I'm stuck in... Oh, okay, I get it now. That's right. If the blood wasn't a giveaway, this is a stab wound. Characterized by a rather small footprint. You can't tell you can't tell it's also the deepest one. However, the artist clearly depicted it slash. It starts there, ends there. Blood trickles down from the endpoint there. They're as long as these. But whatever. In Blood's location, it's pretty obvious this must have done tremendous damage. What else do you see? I see blood. Yep. Splash slash suggests... phallic? Oh, this game came out in 2017 and it has 2020 humor. Bruh. Okay, this had to be like some internal working, because... Alright. Yeah, he died here. Get out of here. What so it would have been a trail could follow. The spotters also suggest this is where they thought. It's true. Unfortunately, it doesn't help with determining who the perpetrator is. Objection. Excuse me. Sorry, I just always want to say that. Cool one, please. Blood on the mouth. What about the blood on his muzzle? You tell me. It's just that he is a vampire. He fought back. He had a bloody steak earlier. He has gum disease. This time he fought back. Might be the perpetrator's blood. Yes, that is true. I expect forensics already took a sample of it, so it might actually help us determine who the perpetrator is. I think it's about everything. Investigation over. You know what, kid? I'm impressed. Maybe we should have you around more often. Cool. I did it. You did well on the first investigation. Cool. However, we're gonna reload because yeah. Alright, well, it's time for the suicide route. Based on a number of shippings, I'd say a suicide. No way. Okay, I don't know why I'm laughing. It's just not that funny. There are clean cuts, yeah. Suicide. But we were the one out of it. Alright. Yada yada yada. This is it. Alright, look at it. You think this is suicide? It's a little cooler. These are funny ones. It's wings. It's actually defensive wounds, usually inflicted by someone who tries to defend themselves from these kind of attacks. Just get on with it, I guess. I just want to see all the suicide options. He committed suicide. Stop. He had AIDS. This is not blood. No, it's blood. It's hemophilic. There's so much blood. Are you sure you can't do hemophilic? There's a lot of blood, I'll give you that. I don't think there's anything to do with hemophilic. Okay. Well, died here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Cool. So obviously he had gum disease. Possibly, but unlikely. He's a vampire. Don't be so. Oh, so you know what vampires are, but they don't know what AIDS is? A boy steak? And have the blood from it stuck to his teeth? Who knows after how long? I don't think so. He bit his tongue. There's actually a real possibility. We probably would see some more blood if that were the case, though. Drop back. Yep. Cool. Well, let's see how bad we did. Maybe this isn't your strong shoot. Told you so. Cool. Well, that was funny. They did well. Hey, Chief, do you still need the witness before you... Oi, Chief, you still need a witness here for anything? Sebastian approached the dragon who had discovered the body earlier. I recognized her as Adine, the waitress from the cafe. How do you now notice her? She seemed distraught, which, given the situation, wasn't very surprising. I don't think so. Take her to the department. Get her statement written up, and that should be it. Sure thing. Alright, miss, we're gonna take you back to the department. Of course. When she spotted me, however, her composure brightened visibly.
Oh, it's the human.
Well, I am a human. Okay, Jesus. Again, I'm gonna restate this again. The only options we've been given for her have been mean. Mean. Well, actually, I don't even know if this is mean. Right. Okay. Let's just go with this one. I'm a human. Well, I'd like to call you by your name, but you never actually told me. I don't know what I'm gonna do for your voice. It's Horizon. What are you doing here? Do you work for the police now? It's just a hobby. Oh, you. By the way, I didn't know you also did deliveries. I do a little bit of everything, really. That's nice. I liked your fish yesterday. You don't have to hide it. I know it's an acquired taste. To be fair, I wouldn't have recommended it to someone like you, but you could always try something different. Here's our number if you don't want to come in, and we'll deliver anything we have to you. Thanks. Boy. Sorry, I guess I should get going. Bye. What do we do now? I suppose we head off. We all head off too, unless. Oh no, what is it? I gave you his voice. I think his voice was deeper and not as depressed sounding. Okay, I can figure this out, right? Okay, so we're gonna avoid homicide. We're gonna go with this now because I don't know anymore. I don't know. We got a violent homicide. We got a violent homicide, and of course, nobody from the department tells me. Fish. That fish. I'll have to find out from a neighbor who wanted to ask me about it. Good thing rumors travel faster. Of course, nobody told you. You're on sick leave, mandatory sick leave, I might add. I'm not here for official capacity, you see. I'm merely enjoying the curative walking. The fish is happened to come across you by accident. What do you want? I'm merging your voices again. I don't want anything, I just thought it was interesting. No one tells me about this. But the problem suspects, buddy, can mess up the investigation. I'll see how it is. I know what you're thinking, but don't jump to any conclusions here. I just realized this voice I'm giving you is very much like the one I gave Remy. So that's going to be fun. Oh, what? They jumped to the conclusion. I thought the dead body we found says it all. You really have a attitude problem, you know. You really have an attitude problem. You know, if you were on sick leave, you'd be suspended right now for attacking Horizon yesterday. Do you have any idea what kind of repercussions this could all have on us? Yeah, attacking Horizon, as far as I can see, I'm the one who gingered here. Besides, I'm sorry for apparently being the only one doing his damn job. Why, that's all simple. Oliver suspects I think I messed up your voice. What I say Oliver suspects on the list on his next move. You know, whatever it was Reza was talking about, he was gonna tell me just before you showed up yesterday. All needy of all people believing me about this. What's your problem? If anything, I want to find him just as much as you do. Don't compare yourself to me, your words mean nothing. You know, you shouldn't even be here. Everyone's just getting a fucking Australian accent because that's how we do things around here, apparently. You know, you shouldn't even be here. So, you better go now and get some rest before I take disciplinary action.
Fuck him, but when you follow him, you'll see all's what. If I have to prove myself, so be it.
Can he even do his own investigation like that?
Well, as long as he doesn't interfere with us, we can't really stop him from doing things on his own free time.
I see. I suspect he won't adhere to the standards of performing an unbiased investigation now.
He's already made up his mind. It's clear to me he won't be looking for facts, just for evidence to support his own view in order to prove it to us for himself. Who knows? He's always been like that. Always something to prove. We'll have to be careful. He'll be looking for reasons soon enough.
To be fair, I might be too if I was shot. Let's hope we find Razor before he does. At least it means someone will find him, right? Yeah. I'll go for this one.
Yeah, that's exactly why he wouldn't be. Yeah, and that's exactly why he wouldn't be on the case if it wasn't.
Bruh.
Yeah, that's exactly why he wouldn't be on this case if it wasn't on sick leave. Don't worry, Razor will turn eventually.
I surely hope so. All things considered, I had to admit that it remained a possibility that Maverick was right. But could Reza the Reza I knew really be a murderer? Well, I doubt he's the murderer. But, judging by the trailers, he has a role.
You know what? I think if you think something, just call me if you think of something.
I will.
Well, we're done. Well, I think we're done here. Let's go.
Bryce led me back to the apartment. I guess there wasn't really much for me to do in the meantime, as I was spared the more arduous parts of the investigation. Maybe I should have been glad about this, though now I have an afternoon to fill. What should I do? I think I should